Hey guys, Ariel over at Nyth. Thought I'd do an update on what's going on in my house around the beginning of November this year. I've got globe thistles drying inside. I'll probably make a flower arrangement out of them. I've got herbs drying inside. I need to put those in a jar. I've got pickles, beet, spaghetti sauce all up there that were canned. My houseplants are doing well. This little guy here was a very big guy. I just chopped his tops off and he's re-rooting there in some water so that he doesn't outgrow my house. These guys are all doing well. That ivy may have to be repotted into something smaller because it seems to be growing prolifically. Not much else new going on inside. Outside, however, it's cool. Still just in the 30s in the middle of the afternoon. I've had a few nights in the 20s. Next few days should have some in the 30s or teens. Here's my things that have not frozen yet outside. I still have various lettuces growing, picking and using some, but they're also ornamental and pretty. Got purple kale, both purposes, edible and ornamental. Flowers still thriving. There's another kale, Dusty Miller. My mint back here I could pick still, going behind the house. I've got little Swiss chards growing back out. My broccoli I would be getting some from, but as you can kind of see if it'll focus there, my chipmunks keep eating my broccoli heads off. They seem to like broccoli. Have some more lettuce back here that's growing out. Most of this has been cut twice. Some more chard. Got more kale here. Also been picked multiple times. More herbs. I've got thyme, several varieties. My little Brussels sprouts here are still growing. We'll see how big they get before they actually freeze and I have to use them. Along this side of the house I've got more lettuces, parsley, kale, pansies still blooming. They've been there since last spring, and so on. So that stuff's still looking nice. It's actually a blue, sunshiny day here. See if we can get the sky there. My little shed. I did go through and in a lot of the bare patches in my lawn added grass seed, which you can see right there. Hopefully that'll help fill in all the bare spots and keep it from being muddy. As of right now, all the lawn that is currently here is just wild grass that was growing when I cut the brush down. That's what the brush still looks like in areas where it wasn't trimmed up at all. There you can see the house. Blue skies overhead. It's been raining a lot, snowing and sleeting. My driveway has gone totally muddy. You can see the ruts in the mud. Next project this afternoon is smooth it out, let it freeze hopefully solid and flat and be good for the winter. Coming back over here toward the garden. I've got the chairs and swing all put away for the winter from beside the fire pit, which is covered up. Still have plenty of wood there should I want to build a fire. In the garden, I have added a full truckload of horse manure, a truckload of leaves, a bunch of compost of mine from the year, lots and lots of hay, and then I tilled that in, raked it all up into beds with the dirt and compost, mulched those with hay, which will now just stay there, and I'll plan to plant straight through it in the spring. Added wood chips to the paths. The hay all came for free from a neighboring ranch that got rained on. Wood chips were free from some folks doing tree trimming on the road. So I've got 10 big beds here. Can't wait for winter to be over and get to planting stuff and see how it grows with the addition of all that compost matter. Should be not too muddy to walk down the paths with the wood chips. This bed does still have strawberries in. They're covered under a little layer of hay just to protect them, but you can see the leaves peeking through, like right there. The plants aren't very far under there. Down at that end there is some rhubarb. It's dormant right now. One of those beds has a lot of varieties of garlic that I planted. They should be growing vigorously by spring, but right now they're just starting to send out little roots. Over here, I tried an experiment. When I thinned my strawberries, I had lots of extra plants left. So I thought I'd just see what happens if I tossed them on top of the ground and covered them with leaves. Maybe they'll freeze or maybe they'll grow. Either way, it doesn't really matter. I was just curious. So that whole leaf pile has lots of little strawberry plants under it. Here again, you can see them peeking through. Probably several hundred strawberry plants under there. That's the remains of a tree that decided to fall down across my fence. The fence is now back up. That tree will go into the wood pile. Water tanks flipped upside down for the year. Got netting around my trees to keep things from eating them off during the winter. You can see more grass seed here between the rocks that will hopefully be growing well in the spring. And I've done this in several locations. I put down actually cardboard first and then buried it under leaves and straw. Most of these beds are empty. Right here I have, get my shadow out of the way, you can see the remains of one of my grapevines. And this one over here is my second grapevine. I'm curious to see if they live through the winter. They were supposed to be cold hardy for this climate, but I don't know. I don't know if they're just dead for the fall or if they're dead because they're dead. Find out in the spring. Anyway, the rest of these beds, I've got kind of this long one here with the grapes in the middle. Got another one over here coming back towards the house, and several on the other side of the house. These all have lots of organic material on top of there. My ground, as you can probably see looking at the ground surface, has lots of rocks. I'm on top of a rock hill. I live in the Rocky Mountains. So rather than digging all the rocks and trying to make beds for the things I want to plant over here, which mostly would be raspberries, elderberries, blackberries, and such in the spring, I thought I'd add a lot of organic matter on top, let it rot through the winter, and we'll see if I can just plant straight through it in the spring. If I run into a spot where I hit one rock, I'll just move the plant over, and I think that will be fine, but we'll see. That's my plan. That's what's going on over here. Snow flurried off and on right now, earlier this morning. Right now the sky's blue. And we'll probably be seeing a few feet of snow in the next little while. So I'll do some winter pictures then. Y'all have a wonderful day.